she sees me crying. She's looking at me and she's like, how do you know when a man is strong? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't actually really don't want to hear that right now. And she says, you know a man is strong because he can carry the weight when it's the heaviest. You are strong because you're my son. God gave you this mountain so you can show others it can be moved. I'll say it again. God gave you this mountain so you can show others it can be moved.
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like
Welcome to 154. Today's guest is the embodiment of resilience, purpose, and passion. He picked up a basketball for the first time at 14 years old, and just 8 years later, he was a first-round NBA draft pick for the Golden State Warriors. He went on to become the second Nigerian-born player to win an NBA championship, following in the legendary footsteps of Hakeem Olajuwon. But his legacy stretches far beyond the hardwood. He's a sports analyst, media personality, public speaker, and philanthropist. As an ambassador for NBA Africa and the Golden State Warriors, he uses his platform to uplift, educate, and empower, opening 2 schools, one in his home country of Nigeria and another in Sacramento, California. Whether he's speaking truth on national TV or giving back to undeserved communities, his mission is crystal clear: to inspire, lead, and uplift as many people as possible. Please welcome to the show, Festus Ezeli.
What up? Festus, what's up, brother? I've never heard my story told that way. I gotta take you with me everywhere, man.
I'm gonna start reading your intro everywhere you go.
Man.
Let me tell you a little bit about it.
You know how it's different, man. You're living it. And so when you hear people explain your story like that, you're like, man, that is kind of crazy. But yeah.
Yeah.
I like that t-shirt. That's hot.
Yeah, and I knew I was gonna be with my Nigerian brothers today, so
Where'd you
Jollof
get
made
that
me
shirt
do
from?
it. This is mine, actually.
Did you
so I
bring
started. I should have brought some.
Why would you?
But this is I'm like a true Igbo man. I'm selling my shirt, so this is Festus Feast.
Where can we find it?
You can find it. The link is in my bio somewhere on Instagram. Festus Feast is an Instagram page. You know, I go around trying to give some love to the local businesses.
And don't ask him to bring you a shirt. You gotta buy it. That's how you support it, man. Dang!
Bring me a shirt, man.
I'm gonna buy a shirt. I'm gonna buy a shirt.
Yo, buy that shirt, man. Let me get my shirt, man. He mad. I want a shirt, man. Why you gotta say it like that? I was supporting the brother, man.
I'm just saying.
Buy you one. Buy it later on. Let's get some other colors, yo.
Hey, that shirt is fire.
That's fire as hell. I love it, man.
No, thank y'all, man. And this is really cool. The fact that we got this platform for other Africans, this is really cool, man.
We want to take this time to appreciate you, man. Appreciate everything you've accomplished in your career. I remember when we met way back, I think it was at a gifting suite or something. I was like, who is this tall dude? I'm not used to people being above
bigger than you,
my, I was like, who's this? I was like, oh, he's Nigerian. And once somebody say Nigerian, like, oh man, I got to get to know this guy.
I was usually saying Nigeria, my accent changed. Hey, what's up? My whole accent, my whole vibe changes. And everybody around me looking like,
I used to say that all the time, man. Like, he said, make sure you connect with your people. Anytime you have to connect. I don't care. You see them, you have to connect with them. He would say, and you go, yeah, Dad, but I'm like, yo, it means so much. And it's like, this is like what he had always been saying. Something like this makes me feel good. And it was like, our team, was their genius that came up with it. I give CJ and Heather, give them credit, because I was like, yo, that's dope. That's a good concept, and I'm glad. It reminds me of my dad said, always connect with your people. You have to.
And speaking of connecting, this is how we connect here on 154. Yeah. We always like to, have a little palm wine, a little chichi.
You guys trying to get me drunk on this show, huh?
Some palm wine? You don't have to get weto.
You don't have to drink champs.
Wow.
You don't have to get weto.
Like, I want to talk about the government. The corruption, I'm telling you, they have to get rid of the president.
So you guys got to understand. So in every Nigerian household, they have to argue. Like
Yes.
the parents get
Yeah,
together,
it's that.
and for some reason, that's the only thing that they do. They want to sit down and talk about politics, talk about what is wrong and what is going on. So this is amazing. So we're now becoming our parents. Huh? Congrats on the show, guys. This is awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're becoming our parents. Oh my goodness.
Real talk, real talk.
And you know it gets real loud too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Upstairs growing up, I'm like, what is happening? Like, you go downstairs, like, is everybody okay? I mean, they're just talking about, Babangida. You know, I remember I was like, who is this? As a young kid growing up in America, I'm like,
Yeah.
who is Babangida? Why are they talking about Babangida?
When I landed in Nigeria last year, it's so funny because we were at the airport in Lagos, right?
Murtala Muhammad Airport.
So we're waiting for the luggage. So I'm like praying, please let the luggage come. So we were waiting. Then these guys started arguing, not about to each other, but it's going, you know, they built the airport in the wrong place. This is not supposed to, it's supposed to be on the other side. But they ran out of money. They don't have the runway. They were complaining. I'm waiting on my luggage, and they're talking about we in the wrong side. This is incomplete.
Incomplete. Yes.
Nigerians, we can't do anything. We are the smartest. How can you build it? It was.
It probably convinced you. You're like, hey, maybe my bag's on.
And I'm like, I don't think my bag is coming. I'm like, is my bag coming? My bag coming.
The airport's on the wrong side. Where's
Yeah,
your
it's
bag?
on the wrong side. It's on the wrong
So
side.
you know, on this same topic, you know, being Nigerian has given me a couple of things. One of them is, you talk about being loud, but like, there's a confidence that comes with being Nigerian.
Yeah, right.
Right? When I was growing up, there was always this feeling of, you know what? I don't know. Let me test you guys. All right.
okay.
If I brought my report card home and I came second, or I got a B, what do your parents say?
Say, you can do better. You know, a B is a gentleman's grade, but you can do better. Come on now. Yeah.
What
my
have I
parents
done?
said?
What have I done for you to bring home a B?
Everybody, there's the same thing. My parents and a lot of parents would say, the person who got an A or the person who came first, do they have two heads?
Yeah.
That's the normal thing. So they always had this thing, and you think, well, like, they're always complaining. Why is nothing good enough? Because they always felt like you should be the best as their kids.
That's why we do what we do.
My parents were the same for me.
Yeah.
Right? They always pushed me and tried to make sure that I had that same feeling.
Yeah.
And when I, you know, as I was growing up, I graduated high school at 14. Right?
And I understand, like, because you actually skipped a couple of grades, man.
did.
Like,
That's what's up.
when did you know? When did your parents identify, like, yo, like, he's smarter than the average Nigerian dude? Like, Nigerians are smart, but he on that smart.
No, because they said I was just bored in school. Like, I would just get stuff done. I would just be like, stuff is done. I filled out the test and I would get 100. They was like, yo, we have to give him more challenge and work. And a lot of it is due to, I got to give my mom a lot of credit. Like, she was my formative years. Like, she was very present. Like, she tried to make sure that I understood everything that was going on. And, you know, this is also speaking to every household, how you need both those parents.
Yeah.
Right? I had my dad showing me what it looked like to be a man, and I had my mom showing me what love looked like.
That's right.
And both of those things together always were so present, even today in my life, you know? So my mom was always the person speaking that truth into my ear, like, yo, you can be anything you want to be. Matter of fact, my name is Ifeanyi.
Yeah.
Ifeanyi means nothing is impossible with God.
So
And
that's your full. What's your full?
Ifeanyi Chukwu Festus Ezeli.
Chuku, what's going on, bro?
Hey,
Chuku in the middle was good. You know what I mean?
So and that tells a story. Right? So what's the entire meaning of the name? So break it
Ifeanyi
down.
Chukwu is my first name. That means nothing is impossible with God. Festus is actually my dad's name that he passed on to me. Festus is actually a Greek name. It's in the Bible.
Okay.
It means happy, joyful.
Yeah, festival, festive. That's what I'm thinking.
Ezeli is my father's side of the name. It means the king will enjoy wealth. And Dule, actually, I don't know what the name of my mom's side of the name is.
Okay.
I love Nigerian names be the most majestic.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like, what is your name? It means the God is the greatest thing you ever be. You can be a
Yes.
God.
Oh, yes.
But you have to remember the God that you serve.
Yes.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
Junior.
Over here, it's like, what's your name? Dawn. It's like, you know, and
What does that mean?
yeah. So I think for they always felt like they had to give you a name that kind of dictated the path.
Who named
You're
you?
gonna go on. That's a funny story too.
Yeah.
So when I was born, my father's like, okay, my father's name is Festus. So he's like, of course, this is Festus.
Yeah.
My grandpa comes in, his dad, which we learned that he has veto power. He walks in. I guess my dad was a hardhead when he was growing up. He said, beautiful baby. What's his name? I said, Festus. He said, what? No, again? No. No, my dad was a hardhead. So he said, no. And so he named me Ifeanyi. And that was where, everything started. So veto powers. My dad got to sneak it in, though. Festus is my middle name.
Ifeanyi, when I was in Nigeria last year, and Ifeanyi was the one that showed us around.
Really?
Yeah, he literally runs Lagos. This guy, and he talks really low, and he goes, "Whatever you want to do, just let me know." I said, "But I have to change my name to my stuff to Naira. We'll have somebody come to the hotel."
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And he would always say, "I will do it tomorrow." I go, "Hey man, we're going to the gym." My wife says I have to work out. I will do it tomorrow. And he would never do it.
Everything was tomorrow.
But he showed us he was the guy, like everywhere he went. He find you, yeah. It was.
How often do you guys go back to Nigeria?
I went twice.
So I've only been once. And,
Really?
Yeah, and I actually planning to go again with my family, bringing my kids. It's an interesting story because my mom, dad came to this country and tried to work to provide for 7 kids, and we didn't have that opportunity. There's all this turmoil and stuff like that. And so when we finally went, I went like my fourth year in the league was the first time. It was 2006. My dad hadn't been home in 32 years. That was the first time I got a chance to see everything that, and how he grew up and met his brothers, my uncles, and my grandmother. And so that was so long ago, and I'm going, wait a second. And it hit me, I was on a volleyball tournament with my daughter, and I'm going, wait a second, she's gonna go off to college. And then when she goes off to college, I'm not gonna be able to get her schedule, and she's gonna be doing her own life. And I'm like, my kids have to, so I told my wife, I said, we're gonna, even if we gotta take them out of school for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, we're doing Nigeria this year. We're doing it this year.
Wow.
So we're gonna, take the entire family.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to make it like I'm trying to make it at least a yearly or once every just when I can. I'm trying to go because the last year I had it was like and the fact that social media. Because I went as a kid, like I was like 13. Went as a kid. Then
different experience.
I come as a grown man, and then I'm known. So they've seen me in my videos. So it was like a whole nother level. My parents aren't around anymore. So I'm coming as a grown man, and I got policemen. Hey, sir, I see your video.
Wow.
How are you, sir? Oh, can I take a picture? Yo, it was wild. Like, it was a different level of recognition. And I went, and when I was a kid, I went, and my uncle Sonny Okosun was a famous singer.
Yeah.
That's my uncle.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my uncle. And Onyeka,
I grew up with all this.
Onyeka Onwenu, that's my other.
Wow.
Yeah, so big singers in Nigeria. So we stayed with him. So I was used to him being like, wait a minute, your Uncle Sonny Okosun, you are staying with him. I said, yeah, that's our Sonny. And I didn't realize how massive he was. It's like, Sonny Okosun.
My parents, my grandparents, that's the music they listened to. I grew up with that. Now I was a kid, so he kind of traumatized me. I was trying to listen to popular stuff, and they always want to put the Sonny Okosun. I'm like, all right, please turn this stuff up.
Sonny Ade, Ebenezer Obey, listen to the.
I bet you had some pretty cool memories from your childhood. I mean, you grew up with 41 people in your household. Is that true?
Where'd you get this information from?
Yeah, man, look.
How did you know this?
How are 41 people?
That's
Your big ass. you are 41 people. How the hell did you?
The ceiling height was 20 feet, I'm sure.
41 people?
All right, so let me tell this story properly, all right? Because when the story starts circulating.
You better control your narrative.
Yeah, for sure. So one summer, it's very normal. First of all, it's very normal for your family members to come live with you. So I grew up with my cousins living with me, because people will come from the village, and my parents were good enough to where they could take care of other people. Now I didn't know if we were rich or not, because they just took care of people, but like we just had a full house. And so one summer, all my cousins, we counted everybody, and there was 41 people. People were sleeping everywhere, but it was so normal because we were there. They were in town for maybe 2-3 weeks, and everybody wanted to get together for the summer. Now, thinking about this as an adult, right? How the hell did you feed 41 people? I don't get it. But like I said, it's amazing how that community aspect, we always try to find a way to bring people together. And when we're here in America, it's so like everybody's everywhere.
It's so, I find it different, and not even in a judgmental way, but just, noticing it. And like, I grew up this way, like my mom, dad, they were able to come to this country. So when anybody would come, whether they're coming on visa, whether they're coming, for whatever, making their transition to America, they always stopped at our house. So some of them would live with us for 2, 3, 4 years, and we would have multiple families. They would bring their husband, wife, kids, and they just became our cousins, auntie, and uncles, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then they're gone to the next group, and the next group.
That's what it
And
was.
so it became so comfortable for me that it wasn't until, and again, you know, like my wife having a different culture. I think in the American culture, it's kind of like,
Everybody
this is
to
mine,
yourself.
this is yours.
Right.
You got to like, it was just coming like, it was so, I remember like when we first getting married, and I'm like, oh yeah, just come on in, come on in. And I was like, you didn't ask me, you don't do this.
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
a
schedule
very
it.
interesting
It's
topic that you bring up.
Yes.
Because when you're mixing cultures, this is where like all this stuff comes in, right? Because they get so scared sometimes that they don't want you to mix with outside people, right? Like this is parents, this is because they're like, we don't want to lose our culture.
Yep.
And this is a very important part. Like things like this, because our door is always open. Like people stop by. There's not like, hey, like tell me when you're stopping by. That's not a thing in our culture. You just come by.
You just come by. Like it just, and I thought that there was something wrong with me. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm inconsiderate. I was like, there's no, you know, if my brother comes by or somebody comes to just come in, there's no like, oh, what would you, just, here, oh, what's, like you just,
I think
you
that's
just
an
take it and you
important
eat
topic.
it.
I think people like when you're trying to date outside of your culture, like you got to have these conversations of like, yo, like I want you to be around my family so you understand these little details that could really get into a big argument. Like you,
but you don't know it until you actually cross that line where you're just going and it just happens and you're going, oh shoot. Now in retrospect, if I'm talking to a young Nigerian man and he's dating somebody that's out of the culture, I'm going, yo, you better check, like culturally what we're used to is different, because that was a big thing. Or even like the naming ceremony, you know, there's like this massive thing that happens for the naming ceremony. My wife was like, whoa, what? And so I have to kind of process and like, this is how the naming ceremony goes. So there's a lot to talk about.
Even your weddings are a whole process, the different things you got to do in a wedding.
Yeah.
You're married. Are you married?
No.
Okay.
Are you?
You gonna go through it? No, I'm not married yet.
My sister, when it was a long, I was like, this is long as hell. I didn't, you know, because I didn't see my parents get married, but you go to this, and my sister's was like the cola nut passing and the, everybody got to make a speech. I was like, yo, what's going on
I heard
here?
the cola nut. You can tell me, because I know the cola nut is big in the Igbos.
Yeah,
with the
we
Igbos.
split it,
But I hear that is like the natural Viagra.
Yeah, it's like
Because that's
why they can give it to me.
caffeine.
This is an after dark show? No, I'm trying to figure out how we gonna talk about this.
I went to a friend's wedding. I remember the very first Igbo wedding I went to, and they was like, oh, and then they have this whole cola nut thing, and I was like, oh wow, I don't know this one. It's not a thing that they do in the Yoruba tribe.
Okay.
And so I'm like,
We do that.
and then it's like, and I was starting to eat it. I was like, oh sure, okay,
It's
a little
bitter
bitter
as hell.
Yeah, it's bitter. And I was like, oh, let me just see, maybe I had a bad one, right? Like it wasn't
Nah,
right. And I
it's
get to
bitter
that,
as hell.
and somebody said, you better be careful. Like
You're gonna be up all night.
So you got home.
The guy literally said to me, do you want to impregnate your wife? I go, what? He goes, this is the Viagra. This is the... And I was like, oh. I said, let me get a couple. Let me get a couple more of these.
And it's
That's a
bitter
true
as
story.
hell.
That's a true story.
They make Coca-Cola out of it. It keeps you up. My father said I use it when my studies. I have to stay up.
Yeah.
So I take cola nut.
Yeah, a lot of caffeine.
Hey, after this is released and goes, like, you know, cola nuts prices are going to go up.
They
So
better
we
go
all
buy it
better
now.
invest in cola nut right
Let's go
now.
buy it now.
I bought bags. When I was in Nigeria last year, I was like, you know, you can go on the road. They'd be like, they're selling it. Cola nut, cola nut.
Hey.
I was like,
So how many
I was
kids-
up there like,
So how many kids do you really have?
hey, man, relax, man. I might be the daddy. I don't know.
All right, I mean, but speaking of a lot of kids, I know you probably have a lot of kids with the cola nut. Your dad, 1 of 14, your mom, 1 of 10. How many kids did your mom and dad have? Like, there's a whole bunch?
Where are you? I'm trying to figure out. Did you like do FBI investigation on me?
You know,
How do you
ChatGPT
know
has
this?
all your stuff now.
Really?
ChatGPT, you just ask
Wow.
ChatGPT. And they'll tell you
That's
everything.
crazy.
The most organized,
That's
informative man on the
amazing.
planet.
That's amazing.
No,
That's
shout out to
amazing.
our producers.
No,
Our
producers be
are-
going in. They are
Yeah.
nosy.
That's amazing. Yes, my mom was 1 of 10. My dad's 1 of 14.
Dang.
And you're 1 of?
I'm 1 of 5.
1 of 5. Okay.
Yeah,
Where are you? I mean, I know you're the
I'm
tallest.
number 1.
You're number 1. You're the
Tallest, number 1. Yeah.
And he's so proud of that. Like,
He's
I'm
like
the
number
tallest.
one all day, baby. 6'9".
Yeah, it's a competition. I mean, my house, like my brother's 6'7", my sister's 6'5", I got another brother 6'4", another brother 6'4". So
How
like
tall
we
is your
got
mom and
tall. My mom's 5'8", my dad's 6'4".
Yeah, there it is.
I think it's some like
a family
I don't know,
tree,
like
so-
each generation, because my mom's dad was 5'8",
Yeah, my dad.
My mom is 5'8".
Yeah.
And then my sister's 6'5". So I'm like, my grandfather says it all the time. He says, hey, when you are getting married, no, it's something like 5'4", 5'5".
Try to shorten
If anything more than that, you will just be growing Iroko trees in your house.
Because your sister is 6'5".
Yeah, so Iroko tree is the tallest tree in Nigeria. So he was like, dude, like, please, just give your children a chance. And so,
So do you have a height requirement?
I guess I do. I didn't know I did, but I guess I do have a height.
So you, like, if a woman is 5'8" and below, she doesn't, or she's below 5'8", you.
Well, R.I.P. to my grandpa just passed like a few weeks ago, and he was the one that gave the requirement. So hopefully, if the person is taller than 5'5", I might have to take her to the grave so that she can get his permission.
Oh,
you know,
Man, that's like 6'5" chick. Dang.
I'm just saying, man, 6'11" and a 6. You know,
Ooh, that's tall.
Yeah. You've done so well in your career. The wealth gap. Do you feel and see the massive wealth gap in Nigeria? You know, you can see the very opulence in Nigeria, and then you can see the extreme opposite. How do you do you have things? I know you go back to Nigeria a lot, right? Like, how do you see that, and what's your take on that with the wealth gap in Nigeria?
Nigeria is one of the most resourceful countries. Like, if you think about the people, I think. You know, like I told you about myself, I didn't know if we were poor or rich because we had resources. The community was our resource.
Yeah.
I was raised by the village.
Yeah.
You know, so when I say that, I mean, like, there is so much talent in our people there.
Yeah.
Every year I go back to every different African country. I want to go back to Nigeria. This last summer I was in Rwanda, I was in Cameroon, right? And there's so much talent in these countries. And when I look at the wealth gap, like, it's disheartening to me because kids are forced to grow up in really poor environments.
Yeah.
Healthcare non-existent. Like, they can't go to schools. The roads are so bad they can't even leave their neighborhoods because the roads are so crazy and so bad. And when I see this, and then I see a man have a home worth $300 million in the same city.
Insanity.
Like, it doesn't, like, all I can feel is anger. Like, to be truly frank with y'all, like, all I feel is anger when I go and I see these things because kids, they didn't choose to be born in these situations. Yeah. They were just born in situations where they just didn't know the right people, or they don't have the government's backing, or whatever it is. Yeah. And some other people are really just living life in a crazy way. Like, there are people who, like, think about the way you Uber Eats. Yeah. Shout out to Uber Eats. Think about the way, like, you get food, right? Food delivery services. Yeah. Like, you can just order it to your house. Right. Some people do that with private jets, like, to go get a pizza in Italy and bring it to their home. Damn. While there's people in there's people in the same city that can't buy food. Like, the wealth gap is so crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
But for me, I think about the kids all the time. That's why I go back. And you guys say we want to come back to Nigeria. Please come with me. Let's go help these kids. Like, every year I go back, I do a life skills camp. Because one of the biggest things in the summer, because off season for us, basketball.
You go to summertime?
Summertime.
Around what?
July, August.
July, I just need to know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be at the Chuckle Hut, man. I ain't gonna be able to do that, man. But I want to be able to. How long do you go? For a week, 2 weeks? What do you do?
This past time I was there for 3 weeks.
Okay, because I want to at least get a week or so in. Because I'd love to come through. I just want to plan it.
I'm down with it.
It's one of the biggest things, and one of the biggest things in my spirit. Yeah. If you think about my story is I'm a kid who came from Nigeria. I had big dreams of what I wanted to be. And my family felt like the soil that I was in at the time, being there in Nigeria, was not conducive, right? I grew up, I had friends who were trying to protect me from the environment. The gang culture was starting to get big. Yeah. I had lost one of my best friends, literally shot in the street.
This is Oakland.
No, this is in Benin City in Nigeria.
Benin City, I'm thinking. I'm thinking because we
but it sound like Oakland.
Gang, when you say gangs,
no, because like there's this like the popular culture, right? Like pop culture permeates other people, right? We're watching the movies with all this, all that stuff. So my family's, they put all their resources together to send me to America. I moved here to live with my uncle. He's a doctor. I was an aspiring doctor. Graduated high school at 14. Yeah. Very vulnerable state for a young kid. And at this point, there's so many parts of this story I could tell you guys. I didn't think I was going to live past the age of 15. And that's for a different podcast, right? We just had these things going on. Like you see things around you and you kind of had no choice as a young guy. Like you would get into these things and sometimes it's to protect yourself, sometimes to look cool, whatever it is. So my family saw me that I was right on the edge and they were like, yo, like we have to move him so that he has a better opportunity. Yeah. So I came to America, moved to Yuba City, California. So like the disparity is so crazy. I moved to a farm town. Yeah. No, an hour north of Sacramento.
Nigerian, all right.
Yeah.
Nigerians will be in a barn like, it's better here.
It's better anywhere. There's somebody in Antarctica right now, just like in front of a fire under an igloo. In like,
yeah.
But I moved there and I started a whole new life.
Yeah.
But here's why I say this is really cool, right? Because you think about the wealth gap, and I think about the riches in the kids. Like the kids have so much within themselves that you just don't know. Yeah. I didn't even know that basketball was a thing. Like I didn't play basketball. That was not I wasn't an athletic kid. I was a nerd. Like I was a little chubby. I was a nerdy kid.
Yeah.
So even when I moved to America and everybody was like, yo, you're tall. I'm 6'4", I'm 14 years old.
Dang.
Like, wow, you should play basketball.
Damn. Oof. Yeah. And
right?
Then, and you said.
And I tried.
Yeah.
And I was terrible.
Man, that was
like,
trash.
They cut me from the team.
Like, man, get your ass off the court.
Yo, the first day that everybody, like, as soon as I walk on, everybody, hey, him on my team.
Yeah, right.
By like second day, third day, they're like, man, they're like, I need one more.
He's like a soccer ball. He's like that.
Yeah, I need one more.
He's doing soccer.
I know.
Now you got him. Now you got him.
I don't want him. Then you go through that feeling of like, dang, nobody wants me.
Scrub,
yeah,
is it true that like one of your first games you scored in the wrong basket?
Yeah, man.
That is awesome.
I had the same exact experience.
Really? How was
it's
it?
Embarrassing. No, I want to hear about yours. In basketball, I was playing little kid ball, and that was embarrassing. I still remember.
I didn't know the rules.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at halftime you switch ends of the court. Like I really didn't know anything about sport. Like that wasn't something I did.
Why were you over at the court in the first place?
He was on the team.
No, because they tried to get me because I'm tall. So they tried to.
So you just said, all right, you just came.
No, I have a guy who saw me. I was sitting around him. So he's like, "Can you play on my team?" And this happens where, he convinced me to play on the team. I was like, all right, I'll come play. He just didn't understand how bad I was. But also, I think it's two things. One of them is, like, after that happened, right? Like, I'm in a game. I didn't know that, you switch ends of the court. And I get the ball. I'm supposed to be on defense. So I get the ball, and I put it right back up. So I scored in my own basket.
Yeah.
People are laughing. People on the court, my teammates are like, dude, man, get this dude off the court. Like, he's already not good. Yeah. Now he's worse, making us worse. Like,
Now he want to score.
Yeah.
Now he know a layup. Ain't this a bitch?
Yeah, did you see it? It was perfect layup. He did a finger roll. Went on the wrong damn side. I bet you did a 360. He was like,
Was that? So when you came to America, was that the first time you ever seen basketball,
That's
or
the
had you
first
seen
time I
it
ever
before?
played. I had heard of it.
But there was
obviously,
netball.
like,
My mother played she called it
there's
netball in Nigeria.
Hakeem played netball. Handball.
Handball. He played handball.
My mother said she played netball. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, ma, whatever that is. What the fuck that is.
Let's see. It just wasn't something I wanted to do. I wasn't an athletic
What
kid.
made you stay with it? I mean, obviously you went.
So, okay, this is why it's so important to have the right mentors around you, right? So, as soon as this happens, I score in the wrong basket, my teammates are yelling, people are laughing at me.
Right.
This guy comes and puts his arm around me. He's like, yo, now you see how much work you got to do. And at this point, I'm like, man, I'm not no good. I'm talking to myself. I'm like, man, dude, I can't wait to get up out of here, right? You want to go hide. And he's like, dude, someday everybody in here is going to be asking you for tickets. And at the time, I didn't even believe him, and this is why I always say to people, sometimes you got to believe in other people's belief in you until yours kicks in.
There it is. There it is.
I think about that all the time. Like sometimes you might not even know.
Yeah.
That's why you got to surround yourself with the right people. So for me, I had this guy, his name is Keith Aldister. And still today, he's like a father figure to me.
And this is in Cali? Where was it?
Yeah, Northern California. He lives in Sacramento. And he was my coach. He was the person who yelled at me when I wasn't running and I wasn't doing the right things. Like he was my guy because my family wasn't here and my dad wasn't here. My uncle who I lived with, he's a doctor, so he's always busy, he's always on call. So I had this person who became like a pseudo dad to me. And the reason why he did this is because he had a son. His son was my age and he just needed a friend for his son. And so he was getting on me like he was getting on his son. So even till today, like he gets on both of us together, you know?
Yeah.
But this is why I always say about the importance of the older generation. Like we need more voices. Like y'all, like we need them to speak to the younger generation more because we don't know.
Because this is an interesting conversation because your story gives me hope because like I have a son who's probably going to be a late, bloomer in football. You didn't start playing basketball until you were like 14
Like I was
years
like
old.
15, 16 years old.
So 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
But you're seeing the culture now in basketball. Like I was talking to Doc Rivers, of course, famous head coach, and he was telling me how the AAU culture is so different. There's a tournament over here, tournament over here, tournament over here. So the kids aren't practicing on their skill set. You're seeing young kids getting the same type of injuries that professional athletes would normally get. Like, do you see an issue with this need to rush and succeed and be the best basketball player at 14, 13? Because a lot of these kids now, their parents are paying out of the wazoo for personal trainers. They're paying for the club team, the jersey, and it's costing tens of thousands of dollars per year for AAU. Like, what do you think about the whole AAU thing?
I can only speak based on my story.
Yeah.
And what I saw was I was not the best basketball player when I was 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
I wasn't the best. By the time I was about 17, I became the top 150 kids in the country. But even then, when I got to college, like that, there was this huge jump that happened when I started to learn the game. I was dunking on people. I started to learn the
Where were you
skill.
at in college?
I went to Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
So I went to school in Tennessee, and still, like that dream of being a doctor was still alive. But I want to answer your question because when I was young, there were so many kids who were much better than I was. Matter of fact, the high school that I played for in Sacramento, I tried to play for them. I got cut. That team went on to win the championship, so they were really good. Everybody on that team was good, and they were all studs. But none of them got to play D1 in college. Some of them got into drug problems. Some of them got into some issues. The reason why I say this is because, like, don't be so worried about where your kid is in that moment. Because that's not, like, I think there is something to be learned from people in general.
Your story, yeah.
From the process. Like, the process of being rejected, that is a process. Like, the ability to fight back, that resilience that you get, the perseverance, you get a skill from that to be able to get through some things in your life. And for me, being able to be the worst and then learn how to become one of the best, that for me gave me a lot of confidence in my ability. So like, and I also, it gave me a lot of like, dude, I'm not gonna mess this stuff up. It gave me that because I fought for this. Like nobody gave me this. Yeah. Nobody just paid for me to go, I had to fight for it. I had to go get a scholarship because it's international fees. I wasn't gonna pay that. Vanderbilt's expensive. Like, dude, how would I go there?
Did you know that basketball was going to take you that route?
Nah, you never know. You never know that any of this is going to be the case. Right. You just kind of start marching forward, and things start coming your way. Yeah. You know, you figure out a way to whatever situation you're in. I can tell you my story. My story is crazy. Like, dude, I was when I got cut from the team, from the high school team, I go to a junior college. I was 15 years old. I was the video guy for this junior college. That's the part you probably not gonna get.
No, that's not on here.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to.
I was a video guy on the team. I was recording the games. I would come off the bus. I'm 6'9" at this point.
Setting up
the camera. People were like, "Yo, like that's
setting up."
Nah, they like that's our video guy. Like that's the part. Like my story is so crazy, man. Like, and
so how did you then get onto
Bro, it's this guy Keith Allister. He put me on the AAU team. I was 16 years old, and I just kept playing. I kept playing through mistakes. I kept finding ways to learn from my teammates. They would coach me. He got me my first private coach when I was 15. And when that private coach, I remember, like 15 minutes into the workout, I laid on the floor. Everybody was like, "Yo, get your ass up. This is just a warm up. Like, what you doing?" You know, so there's not enough time in a 2-hour show for me to tell you what my story or what I went through. But the reason why I tell you my story that way is because I want you to understand that there is something to be gained from the process.
Yeah.
Like I got a lot from the process. I get to the point now where like when things happen in my life, I'm sad and whatever it is, but I can see the path. If you give me a little bit of light somewhere else, I can see the path to go and to do something else great. And so I think that's what the process does for you. I'm gonna drink some palm wine today.
Palm wine.
Do you feel like
I'll drink with you?
I don't know. I always say that sports is one of the kind of the fairest area of competition because
in the business that we're in, like comedy, whatever, the wackest comic can be a superstar. And I know really great comedians that can't get shit. And you see comics that are fucking whack. And there's an unfairness. There's not real meritocracy in entertainment. Not really. Because sometimes you could someone just may not like you. I just don't like him. I don't want to give him that just cause.
Right.
But what I love about sports is like, you don't score, you ain't playing. Sit your ass down. I think that's fair.
Yeah, right.
I think, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
There's something about
cooking right
sports.
now.
It's like, well, you're not good right now. You suck.
So you got to do something about it.
You got to do something about it, or the other guy's going to come get your spot.
You for sure got to take advantage of opportunities with sports.
Yeah.
I use the story of Draymond Green. I don't know if I'm jumping in the story. Or,
Go ahead. No,
I use the story of Draymond Green, for example, right? Draymond has always been talented. He was a winner all through his time in Michigan State. I was picked in the first round. He was picked in the second round. Same year, right? I've always known Draymond as a winner. Even when I was in Vandy, after games, I would go look at the box score of other centers around the league. Like, I remember times I would have like 25 and 6 rebounds. And I would go look at the box score. Jared Sullinger, he'd have 30 points, 15 rebounds. I go look at Draymond, it'd be like 25, 10, 15 assists. I'm like, dude, who is this guy? Like, what's going on? You know? And to be his teammate, I got to understand, like, this dude is a winner. Like, all the different ways, right? He finds the little ways to get into the game to make his impact felt. And with the Warriors, there was a guy starting in front of him, David Lee. And at the time, Draymond's playing a few minutes here and there. But D. Lee got hurt at one point during our sophomore year. Draymond balls. Like, he is balling. Defensively, offensively, he's balling.
Yeah.
Right? We lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Clippers, to Blake Griffin and him. I just saw him last week. I was making fun of him about this. We lost in the first round to them. Following year, D. Lee comes back. When D. Lee comes back, Draymond in the preseason is playing like 5 minutes, 10 minutes a game. He just was starting. And he's playing 5, 10 minutes a game. D. Lee in the preseason gets hurt again. Draymond's starting again. But Draymond starts the season starting, and we're balling. So D. Lee comes back, and coach was like, Draymond's starting. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
And then we go on to win a championship that year, and Draymond is a starter now. There's no question. And that was his contract year.
Yeah,
so he gets he gets starter money. He becomes a starter. And so there's something to be said for you have to get an opportunity.
No doubt.
You have to get an opportunity.
Advantage and you show your results. Right. That's how I feel, because I didn't play at your levels, but I played baseball, football, whatever. But it's like, it's just fair that way. When I was a shortstop in baseball, I was pretty good. Because everyone's like, I thought you were going to keep going. There was a dude that was better than me, though. This man's glove was, I hated this motherfucker. This motherfucker had a cannon. I had a nice arm. This motherfucker could throw from anywhere. Yeah.
Wow.
He was just doper than and I understood why he played more than me. It was fair, though. And I would play, like, I played, but I understood he was better than me. But that's fair to me. Yeah. You know, not because of feelings.
I wish it worked like that in other areas in life.
Like comedy.
Like comedy.
But comedy is subjective. Like, I was a comedy fiend when I lived in LA a few years ago.
Right.
I would go like on a random Tuesday night. My friend Neil Brenner is a guy.
Neil, I know Neil.
So I would go to watch Neil work on his sets on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
At a random spot in Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, the theater, the West.
I would just sit there, just watch. I just would sit in the back and just listening to this dude work on his craft. I don't know why I was obsessed. I didn't know I was going to be on TV and working in spoken word. Yeah. I just thought that I just really enjoyed watching people control the room.
Process, yeah.
But then I would go to the Laugh Factory and comedy. What's the other one?
Comedy Store.
Comedy Store. Literally next to each other on the same street. It's like 3 blocks down from each other.
Yep.
One is predominantly like people of color, and the other one is really white. I'm not gonna give them publicity. That's the way. Yeah. And I've seen the same. I've seen the same comics go and kill at one and bomb at the other one. It's all subjective. It's like the jokes are just depends on the crowd.
It's subjective, but there's a subjectivity to it. It's like beauty. Beauty is subjective, but you know who's attractive.
I mean,
Just
depends.
because
Somebody has said to you before, that person is beautiful, and you're like, what?
But they're not. You know when someone's not ugly.
Okay.
You got Beyonce, you got Beyonce, you got Kelly Rowland, they're all attractive women. They might not be your type, but they're attractive women.
Okay.
You feel where I'm coming from? subjectivity, you're right. But then it's like they love to excuse subjectivity for just being fucking whack. You know what I mean? I know comics, I may not really like their style, but I see why. They're funny though. I may not like their style, but I get it. Yeah. But there's people who just fucking trash. I don't care what nobody says. You know, there's Denzel, and then there's a bump. You know what I mean?
I thought you were about to say a name. I was like, yo, I'm about to leave.
But it's like actors that are, you may not like a certain actor, but you know if they're good actors.
Yeah.
But you go Denzel, yeah. De Niro, yup. Kate Blanchett, yup.
Yeah. Even if you don't watch, no, I get what
you see. What I'm, but you know, that's good work. That's all I'm saying. I just wish that, because a lot of times, look at music. A lot of mediocre shit is pushed up in front. I grew up Michael Jackson. I grew up Prince. I grew up on great artists. You know what I mean? That's what I grew up on. I didn't grow up on this. Half these fuckers are horrible. I'm mumble rap. I'm sorry. I'm Wu-Tang. I'm Busta Rhymes. I'm
mumble rap.
I'm just saying. And not all of them.
I know what you mean.
You get where I'm coming from? It's like, mediocrity is like the thing to me now.
How do you know to copy a voice?
Yo, this is what's funny, Nigerians. So my uncle Emmanuel, everybody got an Emmanuel. So he would come over. So Muhammad Ali is major to Nigeria. It's like Muhammad Ali, my father would watch Ali fights, like later, in the 70s. My father would watch Ali fights. And my uncles would come, like everybody would come in and out and stay with you. You have uncles and aunts that stay with you for a couple weeks, months, because they won't leave, that type of shit. But I would do this for my uncle Emmanuel. Be like, I could do Muhammad Ali. Wow. I'm 4 years old. Hey, do Ali for $1. He do I'd be like, I'm fast, I'm pretty. I told you, I shook up the world. I'm the greatest. Joe Frazier's too ugly to be the champ. I told you, man. I told you, African American people, 4 years old.
Yo, that's fire.
Howard Cosell. This is Howard Cosell. I am with Muhammad Ali. Cosell, your wife's ugly. Everybody's ugly. I done told you.
You're just being downright truculent.
It's Jack Trucker. I don't know what it means, but I don't like what you're saying. You know what? Come on, man.
That's exactly what he said.
Oh, man. I love that y'all love, because I love Ali. So
these are people that's why when I see Ali, even this George Carlin, the greats, man, that's what I go by, is just people who are great, pride in themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I could do Ali, because he's a superhero to me, But I could always do that. My brother's a good mimic. And I would imitate my dad. We would imitate our fathers. But I could always just do it. It's like people who can sing naturally. There's people who can paint and draw. Kids in your class, you're like,
I used to get so mad. I used to watch people draw. I'm like, we drawing the same thing?
They would just draw.
I feel like y'all have something else that I don't have. Like,
but
you have a natural,
it's a brain. It's just a natural, and then you can enhance it by maybe taking classes. Or there's some people who didn't think they can draw, and they got into a drawing class, and then they're good. Yeah. It's just it's phenomenon. Yeah. I could just do it. I just go, because one time I was watching Trump, and I said, man, his mouth is really small. He got a tiny ass mouth, right? And I would watch, and I turned. So
you're watching the volume up,
and he's like this. And so I was like, "This is a very good show. Very proud to be here. We got Festus. Wow, what a great day! It's like a festival, You're like a big party. You're like a big party. You got Akbar. His last name, Gbajabiamila. What a great name! That's a great name.
Barack.
I just want to say,
wow.
I've watched, a lot of basketball. I love it, my favorite. But you're good. You're not all that. But I would love to go one-on-one. Because
this is wild.
When Obama does this thing, it was a video that went viral where he goes, "You got to know where you belong." I remember as a senator, I would watch these people that in these high places, big titles, and I'd be like, wow, they must be super smart. And then
I love that clip.
As I got, when I became president, I would sit at these tables with these guys, and they ain't all that.
I love that clip.
Yeah, that was on the pivot. Shout out to Ryan Clark and those guys.
They ain't all that.
But so, dude, by the way, it's so crazy because even when you started doing Obama, we just were quiet. Like there's something about his voice that just commands the room.
I picture the behavior of the person. I get nuances. I see them, because some people will do a person and they don't do them. So I look at it, just as an actor, I like when Denzel's like, all right, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna do here? Yeah, all right. You know, he does this whole, right? I told everybody in here, huh? What are we gonna do? Yeah. Son, I don't want you to be like me. You see? But I picture being them.
Have you ever done it for them? Any of the people?
I did Jason Statham for Jason Statham. Wow. It's on video.
Yeah, it's fun.
I did my rehab with him. And
Your rehab with Jason Statham?
I don't know if I'm supposed to say stuff like that. And we did our rehab together, but I didn't know who he was.
Rehab, like
he had hurt something.
Yeah.
And so I was rehabbing my knee, he was rehabbing something. And I thought he was the goalie for the USA soccer team. So I was like, yo, that was phenomenally stupid.
When did you find out that you guys are having conversations for like a
just the transporter, brother?
Oh, you look like, he's like, oh, then he spoke. And somebody said something to me like, you know who that is, right? I was like, who? And they showed me who. I was like, holy shit, like I watched all your movies growing up. That's crazy.
It's out of context. You know, sometimes that happens. I have a funny story that happened to me, something like that. I was in a green room at the Today Show, and I'm sitting there and I'm having this lovely conversation, and it was just out of context, right? And we're going back. I'm like, oh, tell me about your kid and all this and that. And we're having a good conversation. And my manager texts me and go, do you know who you're talking to? And I was like, I have no clue, but we're having a great conversation. And it's just like, that's Tyra Banks. And I'm going, oh, shoot. I know Tyra. Everybody knows Tyra Banks.
Did you not know that was?
It was just out of context. Sometimes you can be in a place, somebody, and you're so used to seeing somebody on TV.
Maybe she wasn't as mean as she usually is.
No. She was everything you would think Tyra was. And it was just out of context. I'm so used to seeing her on television.
Wow.
I'm not used to sitting right next to her, and we're just having just a normal conversation.
Awesome. Maybe that's what made it cool. You know,
I think that's what it is. You're just having a conversation. So same thing could happen with a Jason. You're just
Jason was like, because I was on Opie and Jim's show. And Opie goes, don't you, he just threw me out, don't you do a Jason Statham? I was like, shit. Like, yeah.
Like, what if it's not going to be
this? He goes, oh, really? And so I was like, shit. I said, Jason, your voice is very low. It's very low. It's very low. So he go, I told you, I'm the transporter. It's what I do. And he goes, you do me better than fucking me. What the fuck? He's like, that's fucking pretty good. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
He's got range.
If it's in my register, you know, I just do it. It's like, oh, I think I could do that. Like if I'm watching Family Guy, Brian, come here, Brian. Brian, do you know Brian? I was just interviewing somebody.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
actually, who I'm interviewing after this is Cleveland. The Cleveland from that show.
Oh, the guy that talks like this the whole time, Cleveland. Yeah, and it's like, or Brian.
Stewie, could you just leave me alone?
Yeah, I can just.
So you just be at your house, just doing
No, I don't just be at my house, dude.
I'm just trying to
be in your drawers, just in the mirror, like. I bet your crazy ass just butt ass naked, just do it, man.
This is ridiculous, man. I don't know how.
How else do you learn this? It's not like you're out in public doing this. Like you have to learn in private.
You know what it is? I think that God has literally given everyone talent like a fingerprint, right? Like it's so unique.
No doubt.
Because I see you, and I'm just seeing you just go from Trump. I've seen him do Trump a bunch of times, then into Barack. That was my first time seeing him do Barack, and then into Jason Statham. These are all different.
And then Clinton is like
Stewie from Family Guy.
And then when I was watching President Clinton, I was like, I'm gonna tell you something. Give me a break. All of these people here, it's a thing he does. It's like he's gargling, sort of. You know. I know. Every time you see this, America's a very important country. Yeah, I just kind of, you just tune your voice. You see Arnold, what is this? It's not good. Get out of here. When you're building muscle, it's just...
Get to the chopper.
It's a chopper, but you have to understand every day the muscle, you got to work in the heart. But there's work. Because I watched Schwarzenegger's motivational speech, which broke the internet. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I've listened to that. I lift weights to that.
Word, he goes like this. He goes, he's like, people say, Arnold, how many hours do you sleep? I said, only 6 hours. And then I get to work. And they say, and he goes, how many do you sleep? 8 hours. Sleep faster. So,
that's hilarious.
Sleep faster. Get to work. You have to work.
I'm fired up now. Man, I don't want to sleep.
You fired up? But, I mean, can you do a voice?
Man. No.
You've been in the
Yeah, do so. I bet you. Don't you want him to be able to imitate a voice?
He's done.
I'm Nigerian. I'm not good at being bad in public. Like I want to be good at something before I come out here and do it.
You've
So-
done you've done well in so
yeah, that was not good. It wasn't a good experience.
And
it wasn't a good experience.
academically,
I learned.
academically, I mean, every Nigerian parent would be happy to have a
hell
son
yeah, you're dope.
that is, like that. He's going
no
to be a
doubt.
doctor. You actually had that moment too, where you had to make a choice. Like you went Vanderbilt, you had that option, or Harvard. You passed on Harvard.
Till today, my mom still keeps that letter, the Harvard letter of acceptance, because she was like, "Where did we go wrong?" It was a real because the only way I could get out of going to Harvard, because that's like the holy grail, right? For every Nigerian, Harvard, Yale, Oxford,
Of course, that's it.
Outside of that, it's like
Right.
whatever.
Princeton is in there.
That's it. Ain't this a bitch?
Yeah, so it's crazy that first of all, getting accepted into Harvard is
Amazing.
the craziest.
Congratulations.
I couldn't even believe it.
I think that's gangster in itself. Like I made it to.
Dude, it's crazy to even say it out loud. Like it feels crazy.
amazing.
Which is funny because my friends who went to Harvard now, they actually don't say it in public because they always feel like people look at them a certain way. So they're like, I went to school in Boston. I went to school in Boston. What they say?
Right.
Man, if I went to Harvard, I would have been you would see me walking here. It would have said Harvard. Maybe
Harvard jollof.
Harvard. Yeah. But
What does Harvard jollof taste like?
It's very elite.
No, so I chose because at the time I started to see that I really enjoyed the game of basketball, and I wanted to see I just wanted to be in a program that could really foster that thing in me. Now I still thought I was going to go to medical school, but I chose to go somewhere Vanderbilt at the time. And two things. One of them is also I took a visit to Harvard, and I'm very much I'm a feel person. Like if I go there, vibes. Like I gotta really vibe with y'all. Like the way we sitting here having a good time. Like this is how I want to be in the locker room. Like I didn't want to go there and feel stiff. I'm just my best in a certain environment. And so when I went there, I didn't really get the vibe. Maybe I was just there on the wrong day.
Were they like pontificating in the locker room or something?
Like it wasn't even the team.
watch
It was
the
actually
Glee
wasn't the
Club?
team. It was us.
They were like,
Harvard, we're here for you.
No. I walked around the campus. No, I walked around the campus with some of the basketball guys, and I was just looking at the vibe. Like I was trying to have a conversation with people. Like it just wasn't we weren't vibing.
we
Like, some of
invented the
people-
bounce pass. Did you know that?
So you knew right after you left. You like.
I was like, nah, it's not really my vibe.
Yeah.
I went to Vandy. Vanderbilt is a top 15 school. It's it's in Nashville, Tennessee.
Vanderbilt. People know
Yeah.
Vanderbilt.
So Vandy was that, right? It has its own name. But then I went to the school. I had eight students in my class. So all the freshmen were taking summer school. So when I went on my visit, they were all there. We were hanging out, we were talking, having a good time. Then we went to hoop. We were hooping. Like I'm like, yo, these young boys can play too. And then we go out in the city. We go out to it's Nashville. So it's like a country music bar.
Oh yeah,
So I'm like,
Nashville's great.
I actually ended up having a great time.
Yeah.
So all those things together, I was like, yo, good school, great team, and we the city is great, man. Let's go. Like this, it was an easy thing. But the thing that really pushed me though, my college coach. Every college I went to at the time, because they saw they could all see something in me. I wasn't that guy yet, but they could see something in me. Yeah. So they were all promising me the world. I remember my college coach, Kevin Stallion from Vanderbilt. We sat in his car. It was just me and him. Like everybody was whoever was with me on the trip.
Yeah.
Me and him in the car. And he was like, "What do you want to do with this thing?" I was like, "Yo, I feel like I can. I want to make an impact on the team." I've never been on a team before because I don't play AAU. I'd never actually been on.
You didn't play AAU.
I only played AAU.
Oh, you only
AAU is travel ball, and so every time I played on a different team. So I never had teammates. I just had people who I played with. So I was like, I've never been on a team before. Like I want to learn how to be on a team. This is one of my conversations with him. Like I was really open about this stuff. And so he said, "Okay, well, I hope you know that I'm going to be very hard on you." And I was like, he was like, yo, it's not going to be easy, but I'll promise you two things. One of them is I'm not going to give up on you, and I'm not going to recruit over you. And when he said that to me, that was the first real conversation I had, because it felt like everybody else you having conversations about, you can get this and you can get that, which that wasn't me as a kid. Like I just really wanted to enjoy what I was doing. So when he said that to me, it felt like that father. Like I was always my dad wasn't there. He wasn't around to help. So it was like that same figure around me. So that was one of the reasons why I chose Vandy.
But that's such a cool message, and I can vibe with that. But I'm thinking in today's world of young athletes, I don't know that even that type of security is like, hey, I'm going to be hard on you and I'm not going to give up on you. What I'm hearing is I believe in you and you got security in knowing that I'm not going to recruit over you. I'm going to give you that type of security. But a lot of young guys will go, well, hold on. Like,
I don't want that pressure.
Yeah, if I'm not the man now, if I'm not getting this, what are you going to give me? How much money are you going to give me? How much shoes? Well, how many shoes are you going to get me? Like, that's a different culture. Like, how does that? Like,
I'm not going to pretend to understand today's basketball.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're given advice from the outside. Like, you don't know, like, people are getting, every year, it's like a new, like, recruitment process. You have a whole portal that people could go, coaches can go pull players from.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different culture.
Yeah.
My culture that I was in, that was important to me. And I stuck with the things that were important to me. Vanderbilt is a great school. Until today, like, I have deals, like, crazy deals that somebody gives me, but if it's not with the people that I feel like have the same values I got or want to support things that, like, I'm not going to take it. It's just not who I am. I've been this way since I was a kid. Like, I remember one of the times, like, one of the stories my dad loves to tell. I went to visit my great-grandma, and I was there with my cousins on my dad's side. I went to visit my great-grandma on my mom's side. And as we're leaving, as is customary, she gives us more money because I'm her grandkid. So she gives me more money. It's great-grandma. And she gives me more money and gives my other cousins less money. So I take the extra and I give it back to her. I was like, we all have to have the same amount of money. And so she starts to laugh and she gives everybody else more money. I've always thought.
Where did that come?
I don't know. Like, till today, I don't even know. Like, I don't actually remember this story. This is my dad and my mom. They love telling this story because my dad is all about equity and equality. So he loves that story. But that's how I like to live my life. My dad always says when he goes to sleep at night, he likes to go to sleep. Like, he sleeps very well because he doesn't owe anybody anything. And he doesn't do anybody wrong.
Well.
That's how I live now. So, like, I don't feel like I have any enemies. Like, people might not, maybe everybody doesn't rock with me, but nobody hates me. And for me, that's.
Here's a little tidbit of information. Vanderbilt, Cornelius Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's Anderson Cooper's great-great-grandfather.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
There you go. His mama's a Vanderbilt.
Gloria Vanderbilt. He was a shipping magnate, then became the railroad dude. Yo, suck out here.
All right, I'm gonna jump around here. So I remember there was this whole big debate going around about if Steph Curry or LeBron should have won Finals MVP instead of Andre Iguodala. You obviously were in the middle of all of this. Like, what are your thoughts on that? It's controversial.
That's another Nigerian,
yeah.
Iguodala. Yeah.
Let's think about the different scenarios. If LeBron won MVP, which LeBron was playing phenomenal, like, I've never seen a human being play like this live. The way he carried that team, his numbers were insane in that playoff run in 2015. Lost Kyrie Irving, lost Kevin Love, and we had a conversation before Game 6, I think, before we won, where guys were like, "Yo, like, what do we do against this guy?" Like, we were throwing everything. We're throwing a kitchen sink at him, and Andre was doing an incredible job. When they switched Andre to start on LeBron, that's when a lot of things changed in the dynamic of the game, right? The game became faster for the Warriors, like, advantage us, right? Because now we're playing faster. Draymond is playing the 5, all these things. So there was a lot of things to help that situation. But LeBron would have been the first or maybe the second guy to win MVP after losing. Jerry West, I think, won MVP once after losing. So that option was kind of out because we've had so many scenarios where a guy played well, but they lost it. So LeBron winning, that option was out. Steph, on the other hand, I don't know, man. Like, it's a conversation that I actually never thought about until you just asked me that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because I know a lot of people thought, like, during that championship year, had Kevin Love not got hurt, Kyrie, that you guys probably wouldn't have won that championship.
That's what I mean. You never know, right? Like, because Andre played incredible basketball. For us to win, he hit big shots for us. And the thing about it was just so cool, and I love that he won because, like, you never really see the role players getting the love that they deserve, right? You only usually ever get the star players, because people who watch the game, they look at the stats. Like, probably 90% of people watch the stats as a reflection of what the game is. Right. Like, but if you watch the game, there's nuances. Like, there's a big rebound, there's a big block, there's a guy who's running with the ball in transition that's taking care of it, and that's the reason why this fast break possession happens, which makes this guy, like, Andre is a player who makes everybody around him better. Right. As a player, like, I've never seen somebody talk about like, it's probably LeBron was one of the guys who talked about this when he was talking, because he studies the game. Like, he studies everybody. Andre's a real historian of the game. Like, he studies the game. Defensively, offensively, like, he's a guy that really, like, he doesn't get the credit he deserves. So, when he came into the game, defensively, he put him on LeBron. And he's doing everything to stop him. But he's also in the passing lanes, getting stops, getting deflections. And then on offense, he's not a guy that you know to shoot the ball. But he was hitting big shots for us. Every time he got the ball, he was like our point guard that then got Steph the ball to get shots. So, like, you have to watch the game to understand why he won MVP that year.
So Andre Iguodala deserved it because to me,
of course,
when you go back, I think back to it was like, I think people try to use the bigger names. They're going, hey, we know who they are now, especially in retrospect. But to your point, if you watch the entire series, you watch the way he played, like, he did deserve it. You know what I mean? He did.
Yeah, Andre deserved it. It's just like, because we love Steph.
Yeah.
So, like, that was the whole thing. It's like, and all these what ifs is so interesting because Steph eventually got his finals MVP in a way that was glorious. Like, he got to win it in 2022, and you cannot deny that man he was the greatest player in that series. Because without Steph, there's no, like, he went to a different level.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I love this. That's why I love sports, man. Like, at the end of the day, the greatest are always going to rise to the top.
I got a question. I feel, because I came up in Chicago, and Jordan to me is the greatest. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh, here we go.
Damn right. Jordan's the best.
But if you ever run out of stuff to talk about on TV, just start the Jordan versus LeBron conversation. And then y'all just,
you know what?
That's content for the next week.
Hold on. I mean, and I love LeBron James. I love Michael Jordan. But I do get sick of Kobe Bryant's name not being in there.
Kobe,
like, I'm okay.
I like Kobe more than LeBron.
Kobe's got to be in the conversation.
I like Kobe more than LeBron. If I had to choose, I'd take a Kobe over a LeBron. That's just my. They're all great.
That's why it's a hard conversation for me. Because I'm like, we're talking to people.
That's what makes it interesting because you ball. But I don't think the NBA now is as hardcore as it used to be. I think it's kind of soft.
Nobody wants to watch that crazy stuff. Nobody wants to watch fights on the court.
Why not?
Like, what?
I think
there's a reason.
When I talk Ray Allen, I've known Ray Allen for a long time. I sat with Ray Allen. He goes, they don't even hand check no more.
Okay, that part I don't like. I want defense to be played.
They don't do none of that. I don't see enough defense. Okay, now, what's his name? Cat is a friend of mine now. Cat's a big fan of mine from the Knicks. Okay. Right? And so he was like, and we were talking. He came to my comedy show. And I said, yo, and I made a video. I said, yo, man, I go, you really did your thing in the playoffs. And he goes, yeah, I try to get the guys to, like, motivate them, but there's not really any motivation. I goes, you guys even got a little physical. I'm not saying fighting, but defensively, I want to see some banging under the boards. They don't really, I don't think they do it a lot. I'm just saying that's just my opinion.
That has nothing to do with the players. Like, I want y'all to, like,
okay, I just
everybody, the players play based on the rules that are set in that generation.
Right.
So, like, that has nothing to do with the players.
You can't
the NBA, as time goes on, they're also running their analytics. What do people like more of? And how do we get more money? The revenue is what the revenue is for a reason. They are catering to the fans.
The NFL has changed.
Yeah, like
how's it changed?
I mean, they've changed a lot of the rules, from the tackling rules, from the way cornerbacks used to be able to.
People say it's less physical, right?
It's less physical, right?
Right.
But then you can get some.
Okay.
It's tough.
So do you ever think about it like this? Think about it more like this.
Yeah.
The people who are the stars sell the tickets.
Yes.
LeBron, Steph, Giannis. You can go down the line.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, Luka, all these guys are the guys that sell tickets for these games.
Yes.
If they struggle with physicality, then they're not selling tickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a different. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to, that part of it, I'm not speaking on. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you can't then argue that this person is better because they played in a more physical era. I can't control what era I played in. LeBron James would have. Giannis would have had. What would he average back then? If you talk about physicality, do you think that? You think Giannis wouldn't be able to handle it? Nigeria, is it fufu?
I just wanted to see you.
The Nigerian Greek freak.
Man, he'd have got all that shit blocked. If they would have played the Pistons, if they would have played the Pistons,
I just say, like, that was a crazy era. The physicality, like, I do my show, NBC Sports for the Warriors. Yeah. We do that show. I do it with Chris Mullin, who's an NBA legend.
Chris Mullin,
great
Mullin, baby.
Number 17.
Yeah, of course.
And Mully is, like, I've seen clips of Mully. There's a clip of Michael Jordan kicking Mully in the face. And I showed him like, yo, this is
What's the
crazy.
problem?
Like he was trying to contest the shot, and Mike jumped so high that he kicks
Yeah,
Mully.
Michael, he climbed his face. That's Air Jordan.
Kick the shit out of him.
Get out
Like
the way
today,
and take
concussion
him off,
protocol,
baby.
you're not playing for 2 months.
Boom, baby,
When I
what's
talk
up?
Look
Even Shaq, even
at
Shaq.
look
and I
at
know
MJ.
Shaq.
Look at MJ fans just going
Listen,
crazy.
No, but I've known Shaq for a long time, and Shaq was like, and I hang out with Shaq. Shaq goes,
It's like nobody's afraid of LeBron. Everybody was afraid of Jordan. Everybody was afraid.
even I was afraid of Jordan. Even, what's his name? Vernon Maxwell. Yeah. Vernon Maxwell, I know his daughter and everything. Vernon Maxwell's like, he goes, man, listen, man. Every time I had Michael Jordan on this motherfucking schedule, man, I was fucking sweating my ass. I gotta stick this motherfucker again. He goes, I remember when he came to Houston, man. And all the women that was for me, they was screaming Michael Jordan motherfucking name. And he said, I ain't never seen a motherfucker do a 360 and dunk on a motherfucker in the middle.
Who's that like now? Who's the guy in the NBA that people are afraid of? Like, man, we gotta go.
I think Steph is a little bit like that.
I think Steph would be the.
I think people are like that.
Three. Oh my God.
I think people are thinking, because you've heard people talk about Steph, like, yo, we got to get our rest before we play Steph tomorrow, because we don't know what. Because once he starts going,
well,
like,
Steph is scary as hell.
Yeah.
But who else is feared? Who else is feared in the NBA now?
who's feared?
Actually feared, because there was a couple dudes feared in the NBA back. It was Jordan. It was Clyde Drexler. It was a bunch of guys.
I mean, you know
It
the
was
big
Sean
names
Kemp.
before you play him. Like, you know that you're about to play against Jokic and he's about to have a 50-point triple-double.
Is he scary?
You know, I don't know what's scary. Like, what is scary? Like,
That's
is
what
it-
I mean. You ain't played with him.
All
See,
right,
if
and
you was
let me-
playing
let
with
me-
Jordan,
so-
you would know who the fuck
Let me
is
frame it
scary.
this way. Let me frame it this way. Who is your GOAT? Who is your GOAT? I'm gonna put you on the spot because I know obviously you're in the basketball community. You friends.
Okay, just to give context, the Jordan thing, I wasn't here. I was in Nigeria at the time. So everything I watch about Jordan is in the rear.
But
I
the
watch
highlights are crazy.
Last Dance, all yes, the highlights are incredible. But also, if you watch Kyrie Irving's highlights, you think he's not
Kyrie is
human.
ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
so
a
like
scary dude.
what? Like everybody, I'm saying that we have so much talent now.
But who's your GOAT though?
Yeah.
Dude, Michael Jordan was head and shoulders above his competition.
Right.
Maybe the reason why is because we have so many guys in that bracket. There's like, dude, think about it.
Okay, you know what? All right, here it is. I'm
trying to explain.
I'm putting 5 guys in the
Michael
room.
was in his own league.
There was Ewing. We had a lot of good players back then. I'm so tired. People say he played plumbers. Get the out of here.
I didn't say that.
Magic Johnson.
We had
Have you
great
watched
players.
Magic
Hold
Johnson's
on.
highlights?
We got to put this in a room because I know, like, to your point, there's a lot in that top. It's starting to get congested. Give me your 7 in the room. In this room right now.
In this era? Any era.
In all the eras, your GOATs.
I got to put Hakeem Olajuwon in that era.
Okay,
I got in that.
we got that era. Okay, we got one.
Olajuwon was it.
He's in the room.
The greats.
Yeah. Who's in the room? Who's in the room? You can only put 7 in the room.
LeBron Jordan.
LeBron Jordan is in the room.
Larry Bird.
Damn, Larry was crazy.
just trying to tell
Larry
you,
was
son.
crazy.
Larry Bird was
did
disgusting.
everything. I feel like we don't talk enough about Larry.
Woo! And he was a shit talker
7
too.
people?
Yeah, we got 7
people?
Yeah. I gave you some room here.
Talking about?
We've got 3 now. We've got
7 people.
Hakeem, we got Michael, we got LeBron.
7 people?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oof. Man. Shaq.
I know, I'm just thinking like, because when you do position, you got to think about all the other centers.
It doesn't even have to be a position. It's
I'm gonna just list them as they come to my head, okay? So I think about Hakeem. I think about Steph.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steph.
I think about, damn, and you got to think about AI and
Allen Iverson.
Is Kobe name? Let me just go on this.
Kobe is. I'm trying to like,
But it's top
Because
7.
we only have.
Let's do 10.
We only
Let's
have.
do 10.
No. We
Why you
only
gotta be
have
stingy?
3 left, and Kobe is not in
because
the
like
room.
Dr. J, like what is? Because Doctor was doing all this stuff back then, but he was in the ABA. So like, these are conversations that are so hard.
It's your room. It's your
We
room.
got 3
baby.
more?
It's your room.
Kobe has to be in that picture.
Where's Timmy in this? Where's Tim Duncan?
Duncan, sick.
Because I'm a big man. I think about my big man. That's really what I think about when I think about
the
this.
big men in the NBA now. It's not like, okay, Duncan, Ewing, you had Duckworth, you had
Kevin Duckworth? You did
Wasn't
not say Kevin
wasn't
Duckworth.
Wasn't he?
No, you didn't say.
He's just a
Kevin
big mo,
Duckworth.
but he was a Physical.
At least you know your shit, though.
I know my shit. Dave Robinson, what you talking
David
about?
Robinson?
No, I'm just
What
saying.
you talking? What about deadlift shrimp, Nick?
I said Larry, right? I said Larry.
What about cycling, Ronnie? Cycling.
Okay. You have 5 in there.
I'm
just cautioning you now.
What about
There are
Bill
2
Lambier?
more- Hold on, Godfrey. Hold on. There's 2 more left.
No,
in the room.
you put me on the spot,
Yeah,
and
put me on
I
the
gotta
spot.
run. There's so many people I'm forgetting about in this moment, because like, yeah, no, 2 more people.
Might I suggest? I'm helping you out.
Go ahead.
Magic Johnson is out there.
And
Kobe Bryant is out there.
I thought Kobe already. I didn't say
Isaiah. Okay, Kobe's in
Kobe
the
6. God damn! I didn't know this team is.
Yeah, we have
MJ.
Kobe in there.
What's the point guards? I'm trying to figure out who's my point guard in this
Top
group.
20. Come on.
We have Steph in here. Steph is in
Man,
there.
I'm done.
You stop
I
at 6?
quit.
All right.
I quit.
Okay.
I feel like you put me. You gonna make all the basketball players hate me. Nah, hell no.
You were managing
Because
emotions.
there's
I was trying to get to the bottom line. I needed
No, because
truth.
there's no truth. What truth are you looking for? Dude, there's so many great players that have played this game. You try to narrow it down to 7? We had 70. We did the top 75 and people were left out. People were mad. Like,
Yeah.
What we talking about? Like, Tony Parker was left out of top 75.
Parker
Woo,
is
and he's a 4-time champ. Like, dude,
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
talking about, dog?
Okay. So you talked about Steph Curry. Let's bring it back down.
Okay.
Your favorite story of Steph Curry? On the court, off the court. We've seen all the magical stuff on the court, but do you have one that really resonates with you?
Favorite story of Steph? There's a lot. I always tell people of the first time I met Steph. When I got drafted, people kept talking about, they were like, yo, you've never seen shooters like this before. And when I was at Vanderbilt, I played with one of the best shooters in the country, John Jenkins. Like, he was incredible. He actually got drafted with me first round. He just had some back injuries and ended up falling out. But I already knew what great shooting looked like. So I'm like, dude, I know you're great because I saw you make a little run in the playoffs in March Madness, but I was like, I hadn't seen him in a while, so I didn't know. And I remember the first day of practice, the way I got better, or the way I got to hang with the top competition, is I had to work harder than everybody else. I had to work twice as hard as everybody else to even be half as good as them. So even when I got in the league, it was the same thing for me. The process was always so important. So we had practice at 11 a.m. I get there at 7 because I got to get there early. I practice, do whatever I need to do. So when everybody else shows up at 9:30 or whatever, I showered, I'm there like I just showed up, and then we practice together again. I get there at 7, I hear the ball bouncing. And this is Steph Curry drenched in the gym. And this is one of the first years, this is the first time I ever met. And over the course of this conversation, he was just talking about how much he wants to be great. This is something that I got to see every day.
This is pre
Steph that we know. Like, this is like he had been hurt. His ankle had been hurt for a little while. And I remember that year he was going crazy that year. He had 54 in the Garden. Mm-hmm. And I'd never seen anybody shoot like this. The ball was...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like, but you got to see what he was doing in practice.
Yeah.
Like, God forbid, at the end of the game, I'm switched out to Steph. I'm just like, dog, I'm in the island. Like, that ball is going in the basket. Like, I don't care what you got to do. I don't care. That ball's going in the basket. So, like, I was seeing all this greatness, but then you're playing against yourself, so you don't really know. So when you get into the regular season and you start playing against other teams, you're like, yo, this dude's different. He's going against Kobe. Kobe's trying to push up on him full court, press up on the full court. He goes by him and just shoots the ball. Hearing Steph tell the story of that shot is so crazy because he was like, yo, Kobe was just pressing me. I felt like I just had to shoot it. And the ball goes in. It's so effortless, but he had done it so much in practice that when you see him doing it in the game, it's easy.
It's so crazy.
So my favorite story is the first time I met him because I thought, he said it. He set that intention. I want to be great. And every day he lived it. He lived it in practice. He lived it in the way he showed up as a leader. He lived it with his, just his disposition. When we lost, it felt like you just knew. If we ever lost, we just knew that the next game he was going to destroy somebody. I don't care who it was.
Did he yell at the team? Because, you hear the stories about Michael Jordan, doing certain things to get people win, maybe it's a punch or, getting in somebody. How does
this is why I don't believe in the leading by fear, right? Yeah. Because not that I don't believe in it, but everybody has their own style. Yeah. MJ was one of the greatest with that style.
Dark-skin style
and then
light-skin
maybe
style.
It was a dark-skin, light-skin style. That's your, hey, listen.
I understand light-skinned dudes, Know what I mean? Light-skinned dudes is soft, baby. The dark-skinned ones go, man, you don't know how to play. Dark-skinned dudes go, guys, listen.
We're gonna be okay.
But he didn't talk.
Take it to light skin.
He didn't talk. Like he's
looks like
not
a quiet guy.
He's not a talker. Like
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
not.
you go and you just
Draymond
see him
looks
do
like
his
the
thing.
talker. Yeah.
That's why Draymond now amplified his thing because he felt like you say about like, you felt that's what he said. Draymond's like, yo, we got these light skinned dudes on our team that are our leaders. Like we can't have people looking at him like he's looking at him like, yo, these light skinned dudes are soft. So now we had the dudes, Draymond, Andrew Bogut, myself. Like we now had to be the physical guys on the team.
Damn. It's just better that
You're
way.
just a nonsense
I'm not
guy.
trying to be mean. Like
You got some for it.
Like the dark and shit.
Yeah,
But
get it
it's
together.
just, the light skill.
Did Draymond really cry about and call KD in the parking lot after?
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was trying to.
Have you
I was
heard the
probably
story?
crying myself.
Have you've heard the story
What's
before?
this?
So we won the most games in history, broke Michael Jordan's record,
Yeah, right,
73-9.
Yeah.
Went to the playoffs, went to the finals. We lost to LeBron. We were up 3-1. This is why you also asked me the year before Kyrie and all those guys were hurt. Well, the year we lost, we had like 6 guys who were hurt. I was one of them. And they came back and they won. The Cleveland Cavaliers, where they played, I've never seen Kyrie and LeBron. They played, what they were doing in that run was, you've never seen anything like that. Like a duo do that. Like 41-41, triple-double of one, double-double the other. Like it was, the combo was insane. Yeah. And what they were doing, like you couldn't stop them.
Right.
Kyrie hits that big shot at the end, like all that stuff. So after that, you feel like, I've seen the highest of highs. I got to win a championship the year before. It's like the whole world screaming your name. Yeah. And then you lost the 3-1 lead in the finals. The whole world saw you do that. And you wanted to dig a ditch and jump in there. Like that's how bad, like you don't understand what loss feels until you're this close to the finish line, and then somebody else comes in and takes over. So that was a really hard thing. So if they say he was crying, maybe. I don't know what that I think he corrected somebody and said he wasn't crying. He called him and whatever. Yeah. But I wasn't there. For KD to come to the team, the Warriors had to let go of my rights, and I signed with Portland. And then KD came to the Warriors.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Kevin
I
Duckworth.
want to Kevin Duckworth. Your work in Africa, we talked about it a little bit. You've done amazing things from opening up a school. You've even had I know your relationship with Klay. You guys are tight. He's come to Africa, to help support you, but also, bringing him to and getting him to the motherland. What was that experience like? Like when you get to share a locker room, jerseys. Obviously, you guys are the same team, and then to be able to have him come to Nigeria. What was that experience like?
So for people who don't know, Klay Thompson, one of my former teammates, part of the Splash Brother duo with Steph Curry, greatest shooting duo in the history of the game. Klay is, we played 4 years together, and during those 4 years, we got to be close. Matter of fact, one of the first teammates I ever hung out with was Klay. Like I went to his house, he invited me over for dinner at the time, and had someone cooking, and we got to spend some time. Klay also did not talk very much.
Yeah, he's quiet.
Yeah. So after last summer was a big one because Klay decided to go sign with the Dallas Mavericks, and in the middle of this huge decision, he decides that he wanted to come to Africa. He had actually said it the year before that he wanted to come. He saw the work that we were doing with the kids in Africa. I do a life skills camp in Africa every year, and work with kids ages 13 through 17. We put together this camp, 100 kids. We host them for a week, and we just have so much fun educating them on the game of basketball. I have friends from different walks of life, like, tech, healthcare. I have lawyers, doctors, they come and they introduce these kids. Because a lot of times, like, the dream gets bigger when you get to see it with your own eyes.
Yes.
So this is what we like to do, and this is what I like to do with my platform. I want to do more of this. Like, I want to make it bigger and bigger. And I share it on social media. And Klay saw it, that's my brother, and he's like, yo, I want to come. And usually people say I want to come, and he's like, okay, well, I want someday. Yeah. And Klay actually did come. He came to Cameroon, and he was there. He was like, even we were trying to give him like a tutorial of like, oh, this is how this is what happens here. He's like, man, I don't want to hear none of that. Where's the gym? He goes to the gym, he's playing one-on-one with the kids, like he's like hanging, like really, really in the community. Like Klay shows up solo, no security guards, no posse. He's just him, and he's there, and he's present, talking with the kids. He's like, yo, I'll take a picture with every one of y'all. And, you know, if y'all want to ask me any questions, I'm here for you. You know, two things. One of them is it's the trust that we built in that locker room, that he was able to come and trust us, to trust me to be able to come there, one. But I'm so proud of my teammates. I'm proud of the people that I've got to play with, because it takes a special type of person to want to even be there. Because sometimes people show up to these things and like, oh, well, like I'm a superstar, so I'm gonna do one appearance and I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, he was there.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm really, that was a very special experience. I'm happy he got to be there in Africa. I gave you the context of him leaving the Warriors because it was a really hard time emotionally for him. And when he came, I think a lot of times people come to Africa hoping to do something for Africa. But what you misunderstand is when you come, Africa gives something to you. And it was this feeling when he left. Like, I've never seen Klay Thompson dance in my whole life. I had never seen him dance. But when he
was dancing, that was in Cameroon, right?
When he came over there, he was having such a good time that you just see it's freedom. You feel free.
He was jamming,
There's something beautiful about seeing people that look like you in different parts of the
you know,
I love that. It's what you go. Some people go there thinking, "What can I give to to whatever country you're going to in Africa?"
Because in their heads, they got that Africa needs
needs help. No, like you don't understand. People are.
Have you had other teammates? Have you had other teammates?
This year, Malcolm Brogdon came. He wasn't even my teammate. He was teammates with my best friend who also does the camp with me. And Malcolm Brogdon, he was, he came to Africa, and it's been really incredible. Not just basketball players. I want to really make that clear. Like, I have my friend Chloe Arnold, who's a huge choreographer, does all the stuff. He's done stuff with Beyonce and Mariah. Like, she's done a lot of big things.
Love Chloe.
And she decided to come. She came to work with the kids, work with dancers there.
I'm amped.
No, but the point is, I want people in different industries to come to show the kids, teach them a class. Like, we have a non-basketball day where the kids get to learn from different people. So
let me ask you, because this is interesting. And I never even had that. I'm just thinking about just hearing your story. In the NBA, and I got a ton of questions in it, but this is just getting real to me because, and I felt this as a former NFL guy, do basketball players have some of the same transition issues like in the NBA, do basketball players in the NBA have some of the same transition issues that NFL guys, like transitioning into your new sport, or into your new life after the sport is over? Like, did you run into where you go through the depression and then the identity crisis, like, who am I? Everybody sees you, especially at 6'9", you probably can't go anywhere without somebody going, did you play basketball? And you go, wait, that's way past me now. Because I've often wondered about the interest for NBA players, and as NFL guys, and we're talking about the common NFL guys, they go, well, basketball players make way more money. So, their transition, they may not have a hard time with transition. Does that happen in the NBA? Like, is it hard transitioning?
Yes, absolutely. It's hard to transition.
Yeah.
Think about this. You spend a lot of your life trying to be great at something.
Yeah.
And to be great at anything, you have to sacrifice other parts of your life.
Right.
You brought up Obama earlier. Obama said that too. Like, we always talk about balance, work-life, but there's going to be parts of your life that suffer because you're trying to be great. Like, you have to sacrifice something. You sacrifice even relationships, and you sacrifice time with your family. You sacrifice, because even your body you have to sacrifice because you want to push beyond a certain limit to get to this point where you're one in millions and millions and millions. So when you describe it that way, you kind of understand that when that thing is gone, because you become a part, it becomes you at a certain point. It becomes
How was your transition?
Mine was difficult. Mine was not by my choice. I got injured. I was in the wheelchair for 6 months after my injury. Wow. I'm 6'11" when I walk around. I'm in the wheelchair, and I'm maybe 4 feet, 4 or 5 in a wheelchair. Like, my whole perspective on life changed during those 6 months.
Whoa,
I'm looking around like, man, what is going on? And I'm watching, you brought up KD. I'm watching the Warriors go on to win championships. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna I'm gonna be defensive player of the year. I wanted to be an all-star. I wanted to be all these things. And now I can't play no more?
Damn.
Wow.
I'm 26 years old at this point. I just signed a deal with Portland. I'm ready to go. damn, I can't play. Man, that was one of the hardest periods of my life for a lot of reasons. I remember one day, this is one of the pivotal moments in my life where I had this big cast on. I had surgery on both knees. This big cast on my knee. I couldn't move. I was struggling. I had to sit in this machine for like 8 hours a day so it could move my knee for me to get some, circulation, all that. I had a blood clot. I almost died. Like, it was a lot of stuff going on. And one day I woke up, I just started crying. I was like, I was just in the NBA finals, like not even a year ago.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, how does this even make sense?
Yeah.
And when I'm gonna be super honest with y'all right now. Like, I'm crying. My mom walks in, and she's an African parent, and African parents always speak in proverbs and parables, right?
Some of them don't make sense, but don't let the frog jump on your back.
There you go.
You'll be all right. What?
Nah, man, when you get to their age, then you understand.
I will. Yes,
that's what they always say, what they see, what the elders see sitting down, the young people cannot see when they stand on top of the mountain. That was something I didn't understand at the time, but they see things way beyond what we see.
Yeah.
We respect our elders. So, all right, back to my mom. She walks in the room, she sees me crying. And she's looking at me and she's like, how do you know when a man is strong? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't actually really don't want to hear that right now. And she says, you know a man is strong because he can carry the weight when it's the heaviest. You're strong because you're my son. God gave you this mountain so you can show others it can be moved. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
God gave you this mountain so you can show others it can be moved. And when I heard that, everything in my spirit changed because I have a story, man. Like, God gave me this incredible story.
Yeah.
I moved to a different country at a young age. I tried to assimilate into this culture. I picked up a new sport. Wasn't an athlete. Was really bad. I scored in the wrong basket. I worked my ass off to get into college.
And just for perspective, 4 or 5 years later, you end up being, or 6, 7 years later, you end up being a first round
pick in the NBA.
That's insanity.
Right. And having never played basketball before.
I won the first championship at Vanderbilt in 50 years. Got drafted to the worst team in the NBA. Warriors were the worst team in the NBA.
Sure were.
3 years later, we win the first championship in 40 years.
Crazy.
We broke the 73-9 record by Michael Jordan. Like, who knows, right? Like, you take me out of that equation. Who knows how any of that story goes?
Yeah.
But that's my story. And so I thought that my goal was to continue to go play basketball and go be all these things. That was the way I was going to make my mark in the world. But when I go back to Africa every year, I realize why my story is the way it is. I have a voice. I have a platform. Basketball gave me the ability to walk into any room in the world. Now, what do I say when I walk in?
What do you hope to change in Nigeria? Because I love the passion, and I feel like there's never a Nigerian brother I've ever met where we don't have this passion or this desire, whether we make it happen or think about it happening, where we want to change and better, for the people back home. What is that thing that you want to change? I'm sure there's a lot, but is there one?
Have you been to Rwanda?
Never.
No, run by the government is mainly women.
60%, more than 60% of the government is people in parliament is women. You just having your own conversation right now.
That's what I heard. This is what I heard. But I met some Rwandan women.
You ate too much cola before you came here.
Cola nuts.
Too much cola nuts before you came here.
I was in Nigeria last year, and they were beautiful. They were like, "You got to come to Rwanda." I was like, "Wow, it was beautiful."
No, but see, when you go there though, like the roads are paved. Like, it's a beautiful country.
Nice.
The president is investing into its people. They built an arena. They built a soccer stadium.
Which we need.
They're doing all these things to invest into their people. Just the difference between when I was there in 2023 in the basketball skill level to now, night and day.
It's changed.
He's giving the kids and giving the people opportunities. They're building the facilities.
That's the type of opportunity.
And this is after the war.
opportunity.
That's what I want to do.
This is
I want
after
to
the war,
build.
too.
Yes, and they had a war
That
31
huge
years
war
ago.
with the Tutsis. the
Yeah, oh,
Hutus.
yeah.
That's scary stuff. And look at what they're doing.
Crazy.
And Nigeria, we should have been. We should, but these government people are so goddamn greedy, man. It's unreal. You don't even want to help your own. And we were talking about this, right? The soccer stadium. How do you not have a practice facility for some of the most talented players in the world that are in Nigeria, under 18, and you don't have a facility for them to practice in? I think it's unreal. Because even the worst governments always take care of their sports. They take care of what's going to bring entertainment. We don't have a practice facility, don't have a soccer field. I don't even think we have a soccer ball. We're kicking a rock.
No, but
that
what
goes
you're
to the
saying-
opportunity that you're
What
talking
you're
about. Yeah.
saying
It's
right now,
disgusting.
what you're speaking about is sports. That's one avenue. Sports is my avenue, but that's one avenue. There's just so much talent in so many different avenues of
doubt.
life that we don't have, we're not giving the kids enough resources for them to go be great. I came here and I picked up a basketball and became an NBA champion. How many other kids have that ability in them? All over the continent, really.
Yeah, of course.
So my job and what my goal is to be able to give them opportunities. Give kids.
You're giving opportunities because you've opened up your own school in Nigeria. Tell me about this school in Nigeria, because that's a Herculean effort to be able to open up a school, run a proper school, and to change not just 1, 2, 3, 4. Hundreds and hundreds of kids.
Yeah, number one is education is paramount. As you can see, my parents have always felt like education was the key to changing things. My mom actually opened the school.
Oh, what's the name
She
of the
opened the school. It's called Notre Dame Group of Schools. It's K through 12. About 1,500 kids go there.
Wow.
And she opened it in a part of town where it's like people are poor, and they were like, "Why would you open your school here? Like, what are you hoping to gain?" Now the school has been since 1999.
Wow.
So she has had people go off to become engineers, lawyers, doctors. Their kids are going to the school now. So to see what she has done, and now, that school was so big, but it's 4 floors high. And it always broke her heart because she was like, I have to turn down kids who have disabilities. And if you know anything about Nigeria, if a kid has a disability, like, people look at it as a curse. So they kind of like put the kids to the side. And they always broke her heart. So when we came to America, when she moved here in 2011, that was always in the back of her mind. So we were able to bought a school for special needs kids in Sacramento. And that's another project that, it's just finding ways. This is what I grew up with. These are my parents. These are the things that I saw them find ways with their platforms to give back. And I have no choice. It's just what's in me now.
So you're in Sacramento all the time?
I live in San Francisco. I work for the Warriors, who I played for.
Yeah, I perform in Sacramento every year.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Punchline right
If
there
you
on
come, man,
Harvard
it's
Avenue.
Big Nigerian. You gotta let me know so I can
Well, now
publicize it.
that I didn't know.
Big Nigerian community in Sacramento.
Now that I've met you.
Yeah.
Because Nigerians don't rush to come see me like that. It's
You
crazy.
you do be saying some stuff.
No, but I know, we always battle with this, where they go, "You're not really Nigerian, you're Nigerian American." They would battle with me, and I'm
I don't
in
agree with
Nigeria
that.
making videos.
I've been supporting you because you're Nigerian.
But
That's
the thing is
no.
like, I'll see other people, whether it's my Indian comedy friends, my Asian, and they come and see them because they're Asian. Because Nigerians, it's half an, why do I got to see him? He's not, I get that. We're a little arrogant.
No, but you gotta be. I think part of it too, though. Like I don't know the whole story of that.
Yeah.
What I've seen is people support me because I'm some of my most followers are from Nigeria too.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what your connection. If you go back and you tell people you're going back, like if you connect and do other comedy shows with other Nigerian. Those are the things I think that also bring the Nigerians in because they accept you as like you got to interact with the culture.
There's the supportive nature kind of thing that we have. Like whenever I hear somebody Nigerian, I'm like, oh,
that's how we met. Like, yo, you're Nigerian. Hey,
I'm like that in a heartbeat. I'm like that in a heartbeat. Nigeria, oh, what up? But then you want that type of support because Nigerians have been here since the 60s. We were one of the first Africans to be here, and so it should be a big support because I'll have people in my audience. It won't be a lot of Nigerians. There'll be some Kenyans, and they don't bum rush it like I would like them to. And I've been representing.
No, we gonna do it.
Nigeria
We
on
got
TV.
All right, listen, as this goes viral, or we put this out there, this part of this, y'all clip this part right here, and I'm sharing this part. I'm gonna challenge all the Nigerians. Is your next show in San Francisco or Sacramento?
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Wherever
Pull
they
up,
are at.
and we got you.
Yeah.
October 1st is actually our
Independence. That's when my
Day.
parents were married.
Can y'all just clip this before the podcast comes out and send it to me so I can we can make a show in San Francisco? I'm serious.
Like stacked with Nigerian Americans, like British Nigerian. I'm gonna be in London in a few, and it should be an automatic support. It's not.
Yeah.
You live in America, so come on, man, stop. You know, what
I'm going to get you out early on this one just because I know you got other stuff. Man, appreciate
we
you.
got part 2.
All right, so this last question. So your boy Klay Thompson recently just broke the internet, man. He broke the internet eating spaghetti and fish. First off, I just don't know that I would put those two together, but what was your reaction to you seeing him and his girl, Meg Thee Stallion, eating spaghetti and fish?
Am I just not on the internet? I didn't see this.
You didn't see this?
They're dating each other.
I know that him and Megan, but I don't
she's
follow
cooking him food. He eating.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear from people
Okay,
what's
so
happening.
what do you think about spaghetti and fish? Are you a spaghetti and fish guy?
I've never had that combo together.
fried-
But wait.
Never had that combo.
Fried fish and spaghetti.
Yeah.
I'm not also one to judge about this because there's some combos that I probably eat that y'all would think I'm insane
What's
for.
your weird combo?
I can't. It's not coming to my mind right now.
But if Meg Thee Stallion is cooking me food in a drawer, she can make whatever.
I
it can
will
be.
say,
it can be
I
Oreos and eggs.
Listen, I'm just happy to see Klay happy, and I want Klay to be happy.
I just
That's
don't
my
want him to get
biggest
fat
thing.
though. 'Cause she cooking him that. He gonna be
Yeah,
Klay,
but you don't see him in the gym together.
Klay though, he gonna be like.
You don't see him in the gym. Like he's trying to get her in shape. She cooking him food. Like it's
I think she's fun. Hey, yo, come on, man.
No, that's cool. It's gotta be cool too. Like, I mean, I'm thinking like, think about my friends and, they go out, like one of my boys just got married and I'm just sitting, I sit back, I'm like, I'm so happy to see them. Like, you gotta be happy for Klay and his relationship with Meg Thee Stallion. I mean, regardless of how big she is and, international superstar and all that stuff, like just to see like your friend, like, yo, man, my friend in love, man, that's cool.
So it's so funny because we used to I would FaceTime Klay, and all you would see is body, like you see her hand, right, in the thing. And he would never want to show who she was, right. And I'm trying to figure out what part of the story I could tell.
We'll make sure we'll make sure we edit.
No, but I'm just happy that one, we could talk about it now.
Yeah.
And two, I'm happy to see him happy.
Yeah.
Because I think, over the past couple of years, he had a tough time. His last year with the Warriors, like I do the broadcast.
Yeah.
So I got to watch people talk about this dude who's given so much. Like this dude played through so many injuries and played just to make sure the team could win.
Yeah.
Came back from ACL and Achilles injury, back-to-back injuries, to fired up to help this team win. And to watch the way that people were, kind of killing him that last year.
Dude, that's what fans is.
He set the bar so high that I think his last year, he was shooting 37% from the three-point line. That right now will get you $100 million.
Ooh, damn.
But he set the bar so high that people were like, oh man, what? And to see that part, it was hard for me because I know how much the game means to him. I know how much the team means to him, like his teammates, how much he gives. So I've only ever wanted to see him happy, and I want to see him succeed.
And he's succeeding in his personal life, which is cool. I'm thinking about all the different relationships now with athletes and entertainers. Now you're just starting to see more of that. We see Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, and we see, oh my gosh, what am I? Wide receiver.
Sierra and Russell Wilson.
We have Sierra and Russell Wilson. And what's my man, wide receiver?
I think we got
Patriots.
Deion Sanders and what's her name? Carucci.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. We see them.
Really?
Deion
I'm
Sanders
really
and
not.
Carucci.
I'm really not in the. I'm not really in the mix.
Deion Sanders.
I saw that.
Carucci Tranda.
I saw that. Whew. But here's my question to y'all. I'm gonna ask. Like, have y'all ever felt pressure to date a public personality because you're a public personality?
Not me.
You know what?
Never.
You know what?
Never.
No. I mean, I'm married, but even before then, there was this one person. I'll say it. Sugar T. I remember I went out.
Sugar T.
Yeah,
Well,
Sugar T.
he's about to be sleeping on the couch tonight.
No.
You wouldn't want to be dating no Sugar T.
Yes, you would.
Rappers. Yeah, you know from the Bay Area.
Akbar and Sugar T.
Yeah, no. This is way back. We did not go out on a date.
Sound right.
We did not go out on a date, but we went out.
Sugar T and Akbar.
I met her, and I knew that she was a rapper and whatnot, but I had no oh man, I gotta hook up with her because she's a rapper. You know what I mean? Like it was never. It was
I
never.
just see Akbar going, I have to go meet Sugar T. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like, but I need to be in bed at 10 o'clock. I don't know what I don't know what sugar. I don't have time. I'm ready.
Yes, you always have time for Sugar T, though.
Calm down, Sugar T. Click.
It's sugar. It's just sugar.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See?
Sugar tea.
Sugar T.
Yeah, sugar tea. But no, but I often wonder though if that's something that
Because
for athletes now.
there was a long time where athletes would date their high school sweethearts.
No doubt.
Because they
You got LeBron.
but then
But I'm gonna tell you.
I'm like,
No, but let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you
more people.
I'm gonna tell you a real locker room talk. This is real locker room talk that we have in here.
Okay.
This is, and I'm not gonna say this guy's name, but I was talking to one guy in the NFL, and he's like, the reason why you're seeing more and more NFL guys go after big celebrities is because they realize that there's a massive liability when you're marrying somebody and they don't have the same type of capital. And then all of a sudden your relationship is now looked at differently because they're like, like you think about Travis Kelce, he's not thinking about getting got, right? He's not like, oh, she's trying to get me for my money. So they can be more invested in the relationship and not invested in whether or not I have to move a certain way in order for everything that I've worked hard for, and it can be gone. I mean, if you look at the divorce rate in the NFL, it's massive after you retire. I don't know what the rates are in the NBA, but it's
also
massive.
after like 5 years, I think it's like a 70-80% rate. But here's what I'll say about this.
Yeah.
I wonder, like at a certain point, like people would go back to date their high school sweethearts because they felt like they wanted somebody. It's the same thing, right? Like there's different kinds of liability. One of them is like, you just don't want to get got by somebody who's just after you for this thing that you bring to the table. So they would date somebody who they felt like cared about them.
Right.
We are egotistical, but we also have to sacrifice a lot. So to have a partner in our lives to help for us to be together, like you almost kind of have to have somebody who's more on your side than on theirs.
Balance.
So that's like part of the thing. Like you felt like you needed to have somebody who was going to be there more for you in your career.
Yeah.
And it was always hard because you felt like if you had somebody who was a celebrity at one point, it's like you guys are kind of like never get to see each other.
That's a true thing. But I think now there's so much of this. Well, woe is me, like I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. It's been all about you. And this is what I'm hearing. Like I'm married now almost 20 years. So,
wow.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, I'm kind of removed from it, but I appreciate it. I'm removed from it. But when I hear the younger guys talk about that, it's interesting to hear their mindset and going like, no, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm giving everything I have to my career. And then you're looking at me and you're using that against me later saying, I gave up so much so you could have your career, and then stuff doesn't work out, and now all of a sudden everything you built is now gone. So it's like, well, maybe I'll just go shoot my shot with whoever the entertainer is.
Should the next podcast be about relationships?
Come on, let's go.
That was good.
Yeah, let's go. So Festus, man, we appreciate you, bro.
Part 2 is coming. Festus Part 2,
My
baby.
God.
Yeah!
Yes, sir, man. Big Sexy, I see you now. Now you can take these all the shit. Take it all off, man.
That button was struggling.
Let's get these rated.
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like, ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like